Hello, hi. Hi, everybody. Hey, Ebony.
How are you doing, Brandon?
Hey, Ben Mintz. How the fuck are you?
I've been better.
Cool. Well, all right, good stuff. I didn't have energy until right now, and I looked at you, and I was like, wow, I'm not him. Man. Hey, Marty. Let me, can I ask you a random question, Marty?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say, Marty, you were hired at Barstool, okay? And you chose your lane to be beach volleyball.
Yeah.
Right? And all you worried about was beach volleyball. Okay? And to help everybody else and get on the sports book, you did beach volleyball. What percentage of picks do you think you'd be able to handle in beach volleyball?
73.
73%?
73.
Pretty good.
I call bluffs for a living on 73%.
Beach volleyball, though.
Beach volleyball. If he's got the inside info, if he knows what he's talking about.
That's a sport. Let me tell you something, Minty.
Y'all can tell me a lot of things today.
I'll give you a compliment first before I shit on your chest. Just so I don't get too mean. You did a great job with bringing a game to Barstool where no one really gave a shit ever, to be honest.
Still don't.
Some do. But it's coming back. But what you did this weekend brought me back years. I've been so hot. I've had NBA been doing great for me. And on Saturday, I was at a bachelor party at Secrets watching fucking Notre Dame.
Dude, that game, won that one.
I'm sorry, you picked Notre Dame and they didn't win the game.
And I would never bet that, but you have been so like, oh, that 6-0 Monday I heard about 45 times. And I was like, all right, Mincy's going to fucking kill it this weekend. It wasn't even like whatever, you know. It was a shellacking. I think you went, 1-9?
It wasn't quite, well, it was close.
Yeah.
I mean, this is one of those spots where I don't know what you, I'll just come here and say it. Everything sucks, okay? I got the shit kicked out of me all weekend. Ole Miss, like, all I wanted was Ole Miss to make Omaha, to go out there with Barstool, and they got, I mean, the carcasses are lying on the field in the desert in Arizona right now. Like, what do you want me to say?
Have you seen?
It's raining outside. I walk in, Dave Portnoy's decked out in Arkansas gear. You're giving me crap. I mean, I can't stand. Brandon and I talk all the time how much we hate their fan or don't like their fan base, and then I take them and they let me down. Dave even says he was considering going to them. Everything's awful. Like, I mean, literally, the only positive I could come up with today is my key card still worked to get in the freaking
Have you seen how bad he was?
Yeah, I saw. I paid attention.
One of the worst weekends in the world.
It was an effort.
In a sport where it's like, NFL isn't like, everyone watches NFL. That's his sport. I said, you know what? I'm going to ride with my guy, Minsty. He didn't go 4-5. He didn't go 4-6 where I could eat that. He picked a team that lost 25-3 in 2 days.
I did take that over last night.
Thank you.
Good for you, Big Ev.
I walked
Good
in.
for you, Big Ev.
Like last night, I literally posted on Twitter. I was like, well, I guess this is just really dark humor because the reason the overhit is Ole Miss allows like 12 runs in the first
But you know what the worst part is, right, Mincy?
There's a lot of worse parts too.
No, the money sucks, yeah, but it's gambling. You have bad weekends, and I'm being real now. The worst part is when he fucking 25-3 and he congratulates the other team.
I didn't
getting into Omaha.
I didn't congratulate Stanford.
Or another team. What other team did you
congratulated Tennessee after they beat the crap out of LSU.
You picked LSU.
I did.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I say
plus 275.
I say fuck Tennessee or fuck whoever. You're the meme that Dave keeps tweeting of Minsty doing like the Macarena going like this. That's what he does on Twitter. It's unreal.
Not the Macarena at all.
I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is either. Ain't the Macarena though. Yeah. So I don't know. Hey, listen, Ben. Real talk. You didn't have any worse weekend than any of us have ever had on BarstoolSports.com, right?
But it was just a big spot because
it was your sport that you brought attention to. Like you walked in the door and said, "Hey, everybody, I'm going to get college baseball going, and we're going to do college baseball gambling." And then in your first big weekend,
well, the worst part is I got the false hope up after I crushed them last weekend. That's the worst part because nobody was really paying attention. And then it's like I have this big heater, and so all of a sudden I have this like sense of confidence, like I actually know what I'm doing.
Before some of these commenters come at us, because I know what they're going to say, Brandon, like, Brandon, you suck in college football. I didn't bring that. I didn't bring college basketball here. You are good in NFL. You still do NFL stuff too. I'm saying like that stuff.
Okay, all right.
Like I watch a ton of college basketball. That's not me bringing the sport and like that's just I always sucked at college basketball betting. That's a sport that Minsty, I thought was the king of.
I thought it too. I'll say this.
He's a king.
No, I
That's
know.
like if I brought curling and I'd be like, Team USA, and they just lose. They don't even make it.
It's going 5-0 was the worst thing that ever happened to him.
Yes.
If he had just went like 3-2 or 2-3 like a normal person.
I wouldn't have chirped.
Well, then also you wouldn't have Dave being like, oh, like 5-0, like now I got to hop on the wave.
I want to read the text. I think it was.
I also think you picked. You gave Homer picks. I think you gave picks with your heart. Like, I mean,
the LSU one, yeah.
And you made an excuse. Like LSU, you're from Baton Rouge. You do a lot of Baton Rouge. You picked LSU. There was no reason to think LSU was going to beat
I just like the
Tennessee.
plus 275.
But their coach was retiring, and they weren't good this year at all.
Yeah,
they were not a good baseball team.
I thought I was wrong.
You picked Notre Dame because they're playing Mississippi State. Now you might end up being right on the series.
No, I mean look how those two games. That's one I hadn't been totally wrong on. They freaking blew a 4-run lead in game 1 and won game 2 9-1 last night. I mean I got them plus 130. I don't feel. The one that was wrong is the one that Ev and them are rightfully saying. You cannot be more wrong about anything than I was in the Texas Tech Stanford series ever. They lost 24-3 in
That's
2 games.
what Dave.
No, that couldn't. No, that one. There's no getting around it. I've got no excuse on that. The Notre Dame one I can live with, even if State wins tonight. Like that could have gone either way. It's game 3. Whatever.
Well, we're going to win tonight.
I got a text from Dave on Saturday at 6 o'clock. I'm furious. That Texas Tech regional pick was the worst pick in history of gambling. And he goes, he's infuriatingly, how do you say that?
Infuriatingly?
Upbeat.
No, Dave was killing me on Twitter about, because I said something. I'm like, well, still Presidente's not wrong about this, just trying to, poke fun at myself. And Dave's just like, you don't understand. You're ruining people's lives. He's like, you're leading people to slaughter. And I didn't really know how to respond.
So
to that.
when you got here today, you were still up. Nothing gets you down.
No, I was down today.
You were down, but you walked around, and then Dave was waiting for you in full Arkansas regalia. How'd that go?
Honestly, I was prepared for. I mean, I still am employed, so I guess it went as good as it could. I didn't expect to see Dave Portnoy decked out in Razorback gear, and the biggest bummer about it was he said he was thinking about going to Omaha. I mean, damn, that would have been unbelievable for college baseball if Dave would have gone.
Can I just tell you something between me and you?
Yeah.
He was absolutely not going to Omaha.
Okay. Well, that makes you feel better.
Regardless, though, that little skip you did after when he said he was going to go was very worth it.
Yeah,
Your little
he did
jump.
a skip?
He did a little jump when Dave said he was going to go, and he's like, "Oh, damn!" And he did a little skip. It was
Can I give you some advice?
You can tell me
This
whatever.
is unsolicited advice from me to you.
Okay.
All right, you can choose to take it. I hope you take it.
Okay.
You need to be more bold. You don't need to roll over this. What you should do is guarantee your next pick.
I did that Saturday night on Doug Nikhazy with the 2 units and to finally hit one.
You should walk up to Dave and you should say, "I guarantee this pick." Use the G word.
I did. So Saturday night, when Dave was coming at me like,
wait.
Did you see the videos?
Should we call Dave in? You should guarantee a pick. Right
no,
now?
I'm not guaranteeing anything today. I have nothing to guarantee. And the only thing I can guarantee is when Doug Nikhazy takes the hill.
Okay, well he's done. He's finished.
I know,
He's
so
done.
I'm not
His
guaranteeing
career's
shit.
over.
You would have the biggest balls in America.
I'm not
you were like, you know what, Dave? Tonight's the night.
I just want to say that Saturday night, though. Saturday, I did do that. When Dave was rightfully strangling me on Twitter, I got up and did a video where I said, I've let everyone down, but I'm sure if I'm going down, this is the hill I'm dying on, and took Ole Miss for 2 years.
No.
That's not a G.
No, you didn't guarantee it. You didn't put the bold stamp behind. No. You have to look Dave dead in his eyes. You got to look down because he's short. You got to look dead in the eyes and say, Dave, I guarantee my next pick. Why is the camera not working anymore?
Well, I'm guaranteeing nothing today because I don't have one.
I think you should. Okay, well,
yeah, I'm only doing. The one I would have done it was Saturday night. I thought I did do it. I got up there and said it. I said, "Hey."
You didn't say guarantee. You said I'm going to die on this hill. I'm going to go down. That's nothing. We say that every day. You got to guarantee it with your fucking chest.
There is a baseball pick on his card today.
Yeah, I ain't guaranteeing shit on that.
This motherfucker picking Notre Dame?
I took Dallas Baptist
Mincy,
plus
please
107.
don't guarantee it.
I'm not guaranteeing
I know
anything.
we're just fucking, but please don't.
There's no such thing.
Then you'll get killed.
I hate the term.
I'm sorry, I gotta look up for a gambling guy. You gotta. I know what you're doing. It's funny, but he'll do it. I know.
No, and it also there's no such thing. I hate the term lock too. I mean, there ain't no such thing, man. It's all We're all just doing the best.
I mean, you're taking Dallas Baptist money line. I mean, that does seem like it's your only one today you like.
Yeah, well,
There's only 2 games.
Well, no, and I got Notre Dame in the series plus 130, so I'm sweating the game 3 on that. And Brandon, big night for State.
Wait a second, you're 50-39 when you that bad.
Thank you, Pick Central. Yeah, no, like everybody was just like strangling me all weekend.
Well, because you stunk, Minsty. You stunk. That's why we strangled you.
Yeah, but
we followed you to the College World Series. Said, "Oh my God, we're gonna get this fucking wins. This guy's
Weird
bringing the
sounds
sport." And then boom, you suck your dick. I'm not gonna keep going that far.
Well,
Yeah, pretty far.
Okay. All right, whatever. I deserve. You know what? I got nothing. I can't. Fair enough.
Stand up for yourself, man.
Okay, you want me to stand up for myself?
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Well,
I don't
look,
hit anybody.
I mean, I don't know what to say. I can't. That was the hottest month I'm having here by far, and I got a false sense of bravado, and we fell at a bad time. You know.
All right. Well, just know.
Still in sec. I'm still plus 13 units for the month.
Just always remember that my advice, when you get down, when you get in a hole, when you get in a foxhole, nobody in this company is going to get in there with you. Guarantee your way out, okay? That's
yeah, but
what
then
I
if
say.
you lose, then you just.
Well, don't lose.
You could just become the guarantee guy.
It's out there for the taking.
No one's taken that lane yet.
All right, so yeah, man, quite a weekend in college baseball. I'll say this: we're not going to talk about college baseball much because only one person in the world cares about it. It's Mints.
Oh, you got to care about tonight. Going back to Omaha,
Yeah, if
you're
we-
going if you win.
If we win, I'll care.
You say you don't care.
If we win, I'll care. If we lose, it's football season. So, yeah, what was I going to say though? I was about to say one person cares, but here's the thing. Our only college baseball topic will be this. I am so happy Arkansas lost. Arkansas fans on Twitter are the worst human beings on earth. They're the worst collective. Used to be Tennessee fans, but Tennessee fans were actually witty about it. Arkansas is like arguing with a trailer park. It's just they're bad fan base on Twitter. They're overbearing, everything, and they thought their shit didn't stink and they were going to walk through this thing, and they got beat. Humble pie, baby. I loved it.
That was part of the irony of when I was sitting there yesterday, because I was sitting there, I was like mad because Dave took Arkansas, and I said that, and I was like, I can't enjoy this moment where they just completely could not have crapped out worse. And Arkansas won all 10 SEC series and the SEC tourney, and then fell. That was ironic because I do agree with everything you're saying on that.
They pitched
Their fan base.
They took one guy and pitched him every single pitch of the Super Regional. It was unbelievable. The coach should be arrested. Yeah, Kevin Kopps pitched like 20 pitches on Saturday and then pitched he pitched like 200 pitches in the back-to-back.
He's a closer and pitched the whole game.
Unbelievable. I mean, that coach
came out in the ninth.
They can't be the number one team if they've only got one good pitcher. That's
Arkansas
bullshit.
fans, really nice to me, so I like them.
Well, you haven't cross-pollinated. You don't swim in the same pools that we swim in.
No, I only swim in Musselman's pool. That's really it.
This just makes
Oh,
me
you
hate
suck
him.
Musselman's dick. That's why.
I mean, he's
Actually,
so nice.
you don't.
It's nice.
You don't really. He's a great coach. Yeah. They went to the Elite Eight, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that's really you as much as it is Rico. Rico's already told me you guys are going to his house.
Rico texted you all the assistants.
The assistants
Yeah,
too.
He isn't. Come on.
How did he even get the assistant's number?
They follow. So every time we do an interview, he'll like find them and try and DM them his number right away.
So we got a lot to talk about on the show. Not just college baseball, which we will not talk about again. The Nets are down bad all of a sudden. The NBA playoffs might have turned on its ear yesterday. The NHL Stanley Cup playoffs. It feels like the Islanders are that team. We had a soccer player almost die on the field the other day. We got U.S. Open this week. We got odds for that from the Barstool Sportsbook app. Yankees are down bad.
There's nothing me and Big Eb could say.
They stink.
They're 8.5 games back.
They stink.
Now that's a combination of them being average and the Rays just dominating all of a sudden. They're 8.5 games back. UFC 263. I do want to talk about that. Why don't we do that right now before we get to what?
There was another fight.
I don't want to talk about the TikTok fight.
I'm gonna talk about.
It's a good main event.
It was a great card. I don't care what anyone says.
The TikTok fights?
Yes.
Also, they were.
I didn't watch them at all.
All jokes aside, we had the UFC stream going. We also, on one TV, we had the TikTok versus YouTube card. Better boxing performances from both sides than I would have thought beforehand.
Yes, and it was just.
I was actually surprised that they both brought it for the most part. If you take the names aside, whatever, just two
you could tell they
20-something-year-olds, usually about 150 to 170 pounds, they fought. They came in there and threw hands. Like
that one guy,
they all looked like they trained to some extent.
DDG, his name is?
I don't know if I saw that fight.
He literally was like, yeah, I left the strip club at 3 a.m. and he beat the shit out of the guy. Like, that's amazing.
I respect that. I like that.
It was a good card.
It was the most entertaining social media fight card so far.
Yes.
Except for the fact that they read the results wrong on one of the fights.
So
UFC
263, okay? So I'm not a UFC guy. I helicopter in when I feel warranted, and I'll bet a stupid amount of money. And when I say stupid, just any amount of money I bet on UFC is often stupid because I don't know what I'm talking about. But I've always heard Nate Diaz. Are all his fights that fun to watch?
That's why it doesn't matter if he wins or loses. You get your money's worth when
every time
Diaz fights.
That motherfucker's just everything was great.
The only way he can get stopped, like his last fight, he got stopped. It was the doctors.
Yeah.
Which I even thought was early. I thought they should have let him keep going in the one against Masvidal like a year and a half ago.
Isn't he just he's a bleeder?
He's fought for so long.
Yeah.
The scar tissue on his face bleeds very easily. So
yeah.
Like it looks
once he gets caught one good time, he's leaking the rest of the fight.
Yeah, I feel like it always looks like he's getting the shit kicked out of him, but like he just opens up.
He kind of does.
Well, yeah,
but a lot of times he comes back and wins.
I mean, that was an unbelievable fight.
I mean, the shot that he landed on Edwards at the with a little over a minute left, I was like, he's out on his feet. That was one of the most stunning punches I've ever seen. I mean, that was a straight left. You saw when they freeze the look in Leon Edwards' face, he legitimately was out. He was out on his feet.
So
for about
my
30
question
seconds.
there is, why didn't Nate Diaz just jump on him and try to end it? Was Nate just at the end himself?
No, I think that's that's Nate Diaz, the
I feel like
showman.
if you tackle him there, the fight's over.
That's Nate Diaz, the showman. You have to. There's a little give and take with Nate Diaz. You have to understand you're gonna get some of that, but you also might get a guy who lands that because he comes out of that mindset saying, if this is the street, I won that fight. Like if this is a fight to the death, I would have won, which is true.
Yeah.
But he lost in the cards, but still just an unbelievable fight.
And just tell me whatever you want to about the rest of the UFC event. Obviously, Adesanya at the end, he won, right?
Yeah, that was he outclassed him. Like he did kind of what I think most people thought he was going to do. I think the big takeaway from it was Moreno taking the belt from Figueiredo. There was something I talked about on Friday. Figueiredo, the god of war, just this like freak 125-pound human being.
Mm-hmm.
He usually comes in just an absolute brawler looking to come in and take your head off. There was something off about him in this fight. Not to take anything away from Moreno, because he performed unbelievably. You saw he walked out there, and you saw the look on his face when he did the walkout, and it was like, that motherfucker means business right now. That motherfucker's coming to take a belt. And that's exactly what he did. But there was something with Figueiredo. He just usually comes out swinging. He was very off. He didn't really throw much, which is just not like him at all. It was strange. I think this might be the last time we see him at 125. I think the cut was just getting a little too much for him. He's a big guy. I think he's really more a 135 guy, a bantamweight guy. So I think that's what that was. But I mean, Moreno, the first Mexican-born UFC champion. That's a big deal, man. That's a big deal.
Do y'all just real quick? I just want to step back in time. Do y'all remember when Ben Mintz walked into the company and said he's going to be a college baseball expert, and then he went like 1-9 over the weekend?
I'm going to remember that for a minute.
I'm just asking.
I recall.
Sorry, I was talking to my friends here. Do y'all remember that?
I went 2-2 Friday and 1-2. So, you know what? No excuses. I went like 3-12 overall.
You did not go 1-2.
No. Well, no. Yesterday, I said yesterday. I did my picture.
That's a man who took your pick.
Yes, because
I can relate.
I would talk.
I went 1-2 yesterday. I had overall miss.
Here's his weekend results.
Yeah,
my weekend results are very rad.
11 and 12 minus 2 units. This is without the features.
Yeah, that's not all college.
No, the college baseball.
This is all his weekend, though. This is how he's still where he is on the leaderboard.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
I mean, let's not. I mean, he didn't have a good weekend in MLB either. That's
no. I didn't have a good weekend. Period. But the look,
it's okay. It's okay. I've done it before. I just wanted to remind Big Ev because Big Ev wasn't here for the first 30 seconds of the show, so I was just trying to catch him up on the fact that Minsty
I almost had to call 911 last night, Brandon.
Why?
Just things going on in the apartment. Almost had to call 911. It was scary.
You okay?
I'm good. It wasn't actually for me. It is now that everything's all good, like everyone's fine.
You killed that pussy. Huh?
It is an exhilarating feeling, almost having to call. I'm talking keypad out, like say the word, and I'm dropping 911 on this bitch. I've never called 911 before.
Really? Huh?
Yeah.
It was a wild feeling.
I come from a place where you call 911 and you just talk to them for a while.
A medical thing?
Just to ask if a certain cop is working.
My roommate's girlfriend she was fine. I think she just like overheated. I think she just had a little. I think she just
shit.
kind of just like passed out and she was fine. But it was a wild fucking moment
I'm glad
where
she's all right.
where I thought they were getting into a fight, and then I'm like basically falling asleep on the couch. Hear F. I get up, she's passed. I'm like, do I call? And
I overheat all the time.
she was good. She was good, but that was a wild moment. I was like, wow. I couldn't fall asleep after.
By the way, man, I said it last week. I'll say it again. Vandy's going to win it. They got the two best pitchers.
Yeah, they do.
They're going to win it.
I have them 9-1 on my card.
They're going to win
I have them 9-1, Notre Dame 18-1, and Dallas Baptist 150-1, still alive right now.
So tell me if I'm wrong, but it sounds Adesanya made about like $700K.
I feel, well, he also gets a part of the pay-per-view buys, and I'm not sure. So they have release pay. I don't know if that's also like a win show he gets as well, like a show. You get like your base pay. Usually you double up if you win. I don't know if that's the same for the guys who are like super high paid like he is. And he also being the champion, the headliner, he gets a piece of the pay-per-view.
So that's
I'd
what
imagine
I'm saying.
I'd imagine he's going to come home with like $1 million, give or take.
With these like TikToker and these YouTuber fights, I mean, the guy who lost the main event made $5 million.
Well, because we'll see. This is the thing that I think fight fans get thrown off about.
Look at that. He's
coming in.
Well, no, he's not coming in, but Dave is walking around like he's an Arkansas assistant coach. He's got an Arkansas
He
hat.
does look like he could be like a bench coach.
It looks
for
like he's
them.
a scout at least
Yeah.
for Arkansas. He's out there.
I don't think a day could ever go by faster than this one needs to.
I mean, he
Walk in and Dave decked out in Razorback.
He spent like $300 on Razorback here. $300 is a big deal today.
I'm sure he probably didn't spend.
No, I bet he did. I bet he really did. I doubt Arkansas sent it to him. He probably said this is going to be my pick, and he bought the
I know
stuff.
he spent $10,000 on his futures bet.
Oh, why don't you read that ad?
Let's do that. The blue light glasses that started it all. 5 years ago, Felix Gray realized our eyes weren't meant to look at screens all day and designed glasses to make daily screen time more comfortable and the workday more productive. Damn, this would help for online poker. Now, more than ever, Americans are spending more time on computers, phones, tablets, gaming, and so many other sources of blue light. Felix Gray glasses are not like other blue light lenses. Felix Gray lenses filter 15 times more blue light that can make screen time tough on eyes and disruptive to sleep. Non-prescription and prescription available. Check them out now. FelixGrayGlasses.com/picks. Get yourself a pair of glasses made for the 21st century and designed for modern, hardworking eyes. You have nothing to lose except maybe eye strain. Go to FelixGrayGlasses.com/picks for the best blue light glasses on the market. That's FelixGray Glasses.com/picks. Free shipping, free returns, free exchanges. FelixGrayGlasses.com/picks.
You did say one thing that you can throw it down. You did say one thing that was wrong there. You said this day can't end fast enough. Means this is not going to end when this day ends.
Oh, I know it's not.
This is with you for maybe forever, probably for a while.
Unless he goes like 12-0 one day.
I don't even think that like.
No, it doesn't. You're pretty much.
It's all about what's number 13. With giving Dave picks, there's no win, because if you win, it's just like, all right, what's the next one? If you lose, it's like you're a fucking idiot. You just cost me $50,000.
Yep.
I mean, I'm prepared. Look, I know I'm going to be eating crap from Dave Portnoy for a long time. There's just no getting around it. The way the rundown the last few weeks, everything, it's...
Oh, it'll be brought up.
No, I mean, it's coming. I mean, I'm just going to deal with it.
Mintz? Checks cash every 2 weeks, brother.
Hey, that's what I'm... Look, at least he talks about it.
Checks cash every 2 weeks. So long as those things... You check your statement every 2 weeks, you're good. NBA playoffs, so it changed maybe in a second yesterday. The Nets had really started to separate themselves, especially when they started out with that 2-0 series lead over the Bucks. The Bucks won game 3, but it still seemed like the Nets were just kind of taking their time. But now Kyrie is hurt. So you've got James Harden. You've got a big three with one player on the court, and it is Kevin Durant. And I don't know how much they can withstand. I don't know. I feel like he's not going to play tomorrow night. I believe that tomorrow night's the next game. If Kyrie's out, if Harden doesn't rush back, it just seems like the Nets are up against the wall now. It seems like anybody can now win the championship. Go, Marty. I'm sorry.
No, I think Harden's be back tomorrow. I think they're going to.
Yeah, he's going to be back. Is he going to be back and back? Is he going to be like Dana B back?
I do think so. Do you think they're done right now?
I would lean towards done because I mean you're now in a 3-game series with the Bucks and you. the Nets had the advantage at full strength, but the Bucks will get up on you, man, and the Bucks will challenge you in ways that other teams can't really do. They're in trouble against the Bucks, and then if they get past the Bucks, they got to deal with the Sixers. I kind of think they're done. I'm not sure. I was always told they were going to win it healthy, but that was just me believing in the Sixers more than a lot of people believe in them.
I still think the Nets take out the Bucks. I think they do. I think that it's going to come down to Giannis and how, like, when he comes into a big game, and he hasn't really shown that he could win those big games yet.
Yeah.
And I think that Harden comes back and Durant takes over. Is Kyrie, you think he's out for the series?
I think Kyrie's down pretty good. He left the arena on crutches.
Mm-hmm.
It was a hell of an ankle sprain. The X-rays came back negative.
They ruled him out really fast in the game, too.
Yeah.
It seemed like within 10 minutes of him going in the locker room, they were like, he's out. He's done.
Yeah, I think Kyrie, I don't think you can plan on having Kyrie at least the next 1 or 2 games.
I think if they get Harden back, I think they're fine. I really believe that.
But you're taking Harden. I mean, Harden's been out 4 or 5 games.
Yeah.
Now, maybe more than that. Harden's been out a while, and you're just going to plug him back and expect 40, 45 good minutes from Harden? That's going to be tough.
40
good minutes. Okay, 40 good minutes.
I think so. I'm just telling you what I think. I think if Harden comes back, they're just fine. I honestly, like, if they have to play these 3 games, no Harden, no Kyrie, I still think the Nets take one of them.
I do too.
I think Durant's that good.
You think Durant can beat the Bucks?
I think he can win one of the. I'm not saying they win.
I don't think it's Kevin.
I think if it's just him for 3 games, I think they're probably in trouble.
I don't think Kevin Durant.
I think he can steal one.
I don't
and
think
then you never know.
Kevin Durant's the guy that's going to win a playoff game by himself and against a good team. I just don't think he's that. I think he is. And every star needs other stars, but I think he is a star who's dependent on other stars to not match everything he does. But yeah, I think he needs help. I don't think he can beat the Bucks by himself.
I think he can win one. Like I said, I think if they get Harden back, I think they're going to be just fine. It just depends. I agree with you. It depends like where he's at, if they're rushing him back, if they're not.
Here's the thing with just KD, the Nets do become a one-man team. What that does is if you don't have to guard Harden, if you don't have to guard Kyrie, the Joe Harris wide-open threes aren't there anymore. The wide-open dunks for other guys, not there anymore. Then everything's on KD's shoulders. In that situation, KD can score 35. It's going to take him 24, 25 shots to do it, but he can score the 35. Nobody else is going to be able to get off, though. And I feel like, I don't know. I think the Bucks are a terrible matchup in this spot for this.
No, I 100% agree with the Joe Harris thing. Like, not having Harden and Kyrie on the court makes everyone almost less valuable, which is tough. I just think Durant is that good that he can piggyback this team to at least one win.
Here's the thing.
And then you never know what happens in a Game 7. But if they get Harden back, I genuinely believe they win 2 out of 3, no issue.
Here's the thing about Kevin Durant. I'm just really thinking back through his career. Has he ever done that once? Has he ever had to do it once? I mean, he came into the league with a big 3, basically, of Harden, Westbrook, and him. He ends up going to Golden State. He's never had to say, all right, guys, get on my back. I'm winning this playoff game for us. Even when he had Finals MVP, he was able to do it within the framework of a team. He was able to put – now, with everything on his shoulders, he has never had to do that, ever. Oh, Ben's being summoned by who, Dave? Oh, they're doing the rundown now? Oh, wow. Good luck, buddy. Could we take a break and go watch?
I kind of would love to take a break and watch that.
In fact, will you go and report back? Or no, you go and report back. I want to know. We need somebody to go and report back.
I'm sure
Avery's going. Avery's going to go and report back because Ben will come in and he'll be all positive and he'll be very high pitched. Avery, I want you to tell me exactly what happens.
Just videotape it too.
Well, yeah, we'll be able to watch it on the rundown.
Well, yeah, of course.
But I would like
it's tough. So he's gonna come back. I gotta take my lashings, you know.
He'll say my key card still works. He'll say he'll say all that. I don't know if he just gets it. I don't know.
I don't know if he gets the extent of how fucked he is.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, that the good thing he has is that Dave likes him and that he makes Dave laugh because when he was, because like what I don't think when he yelled at me for like gambling stuff, it was like there was no laughing. He laughed a little bit today. I think just because Mincy's he's just so in his world.
All right, we'll see. He's over there.
Well, because I think he's used to like somebody like me or you just being like when I'm taking a lashing, there's no smile coming from me. I'm just like, I'm the big fat idiot. And he's just like, yeah, you're right, but I like you. That's pretty. When he gets mad at me, he always just says, I like you, but you're an idiot.
Today I was like kind of yelling at Minsty, and then Tank came out of nowhere and said something, put his head up, and he just has rec specs on. And I don't know if it
And
came
a hat.
up.
I'm
Have you seen his hat? Sure. The hat I love.
Is it a Mets fedora?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I hope it doesn't come off mean, because I was like, Frank, what the fuck you wearing? I thought he was wearing look at the goggles.
Yeah.
They look great, though.
It looks like James Worthy or something.
It's like Horace Grant.
I have a theory about Frank. You know that the worst person on Twitter is Frank during a Mets game when he wants to be negative despite them winning 7-1. I wonder if let's say the Mets get hot. Let's say the Mets win the World Series. What kind of Frank's that going to unleash on the world?
I don't know. I think he'll still be mad.
So I actually, when we were watching a game one time, so obviously the Mets made the World Series in 2015. I made him admit to me the night they clinched to go to the World Series, he was him.
Yeah, because that's basically what he always.
I said I was like Mets. I was like, the night they clinched in 2015 to win the NLCS, were you happy? He said, well, you know how the World Series went. I said, no, Frank, I didn't ask about the World Series.
Yeah.
What happened that night? They win. The Mets are going to the World Series. He said.
But the NL
that was
right
a good
now
night.
is so bad.
Hold on. Avery has returned already. Why are you back?
He's on the rundown. He's getting torched. Dave just said it was the worst picks he's ever seen in the history of the company, and he came out with like all of his gear that he bought. He didn't get sent the Arkansas.
Yeah, I
gear.
knew he bought it. Yeah.
He came out with all of it, and he said it was the worst pick he's ever heard in the history of the company.
How's Mets holding up?
He said, I don't know. He said, quote, I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
Zah, what are you doing? Okay. Just a halftime show with Zah? That's what we're doing?
Zah's the best.
But yes, the NL East
I
is
agree. Zah is the best.
so bad that like he is just. Why is he so mad? The Braves suck.
I have had to.
Phillies suck.
I think the Braves and the Yankees are the exact same team. I
Yeah.
think the Braves.
Yeah.
I finally realized that the Braves probably aren't going to be good this year. For whatever reason, I thought they were going to be great coming in. Everybody thought they were going to be very good. They were third best odds to win it. No, it's just not there, and I don't think it's there with the Yankees either.
And Yankee fans are so delusional sometimes too. They're like, oh, like just keep waiting, you know? Like wait for what? We're 60 games in.
Do you guys realize? And I'm sure you do. I didn't realize the Yankees' offense was so bad.
Oh no, I was
They're
actually
the second worst or third worst in baseball.
I was just gonna say about the Braves. We've almost had the opposite, where it's been weird. Where coming into the season, I was like, the lineup's gonna be great. I don't know what our starting pitch is gonna be. The starting pitch has been pretty fucking good. The offense has been horrendous. Where I think the Braves has almost kind of been. Well, they knew their lineup would be good too, but I think people thought their pitching was gonna come back, and it hasn't.
They thought they would have better pitching.
Like Fried, we thought was gonna be good again. He has not been good.
Yeah,
They have
just don't really
Soroka's not there.
They don't have a guy. They don't have the guy. They don't have the second guy. They don't have anything on that pitching staff.
If our pitching hasn't overachieved, we'd be like the worst team in baseball.
I
You
don't
see
know.
Frank's Yankee tweet over the weekend?
Fucking Yankees can go to.
Fucking Yankees can go to fucking hell the rest of motherfucking season for the way they fucking lied down and fucking died like a motherfucking bunch of fucking bitches in Philadelphia. Have fun with that, censors. Yeah, that's his tweet.
No, that's tough.
Honestly, partly if you want to think, if Frank believes in the Fleming curse, it's his fault.
Yeah,
He
for
cursed
sure.
us. It's his fault.
That's a good point. And Frank does believe in the Fleming curse. You know, Seamus Fleming.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. We are
He
just.
bought a farm right before the potato famine.
We are. We're witnessing the best pitcher in Jacob deGrom.
We are witnessing.
Yeah.
So often in sports we see greatness, but how rare is it that you see all timeness? In the moment. This is not greatness. This goes a level beyond that. This is like Gretzky in '84. Yeah. This is like Jordan in '93. This is a greatness that supersedes all the greatness that's happened in the last 20 or 30 years. Jacob deGrom is having one of the best seasons in the history of baseball. I'm not talking about back to integration. I'm talking about in the 130, 40-year history of baseball. This is unbelievable.
No, if he keeps pace, it'll be the best season a pitcher's ever had in the existence of the sport.
And he keeps doing this though. He doesn't really have those years off. It's just like he's so fucking good, and it's just you have to respect.
The stat that you keep hearing that he has more RBIs 5 than he has earned runs. That's a cute stat in April. In the middle of May, you're like, wow, it's fucking June 15th. It's June 14th right now, and he's got more RBIs than earned runs.
His last start, he had another 2 RBI base hit.
It's unbelievable. I think we're seeing individual things in baseball that because they're happening at the same time, you don't realize how incredible they are. Like Ohtani, what he's doing is all time. He is one of the better starting pitchers in the league, and he is one of the best hitters in the league. That just doesn't happen. And deGrom is doing all time. Like there's certain things happening in baseball that I feel like should be bigger than they are.
Yeah, it's just I don't know why. You're right.
It's baseball stinks at marketing. They're the worst marketing league in all of sports.
So I thought about this the other day. And I honestly, I think the answer is probably 60% yes, but not all the way. If you showed me a picture of Jacob deGrom and didn't have it labeled Jacob, I'm not 100% sure I'd say that's Jacob deGrom.
Just because his hair.
Well, he doesn't have hair anymore.
I know, but like when he had the hair anyway, I guess I don't know. I'm more into it, I guess. But if you're not into baseball right now, I guess you wouldn't have any idea.
But I mean, you show strangers, you show casual fans of LeBron James, 9.5 out of 10 are getting that every single time, 95 out of 100. And then you show them, Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady. You show them Jacob deGrom. How many casual fans are getting it? 50%? 40%? Not many.
Well, those people, for example, if you just showed like a random person who's not even a sports fan, they would know who Brady is. They know who LeBron is. And obviously there are different levels of stardom with Jacob deGrom and fucking Tom Brady. But I agree with you. There'd be like,
but it shouldn't be though.
Correct.
That's the thing.
Sure. Should there be is the question.
So the thing with football, obviously with marketing, it's one day a week where you're like that, so and
football's just a wagon that's ahead of everything.
Yeah, but then like baseball, it's too much to watch. 162 games is so fucking many.
Wait, okay, so I just realized something I didn't talk about earlier. Who was the best fighter of the weekend? Think about this. Who was the best fighter you saw this weekend? Easy, right?
Yeah.
You got to come up with it too. Who was the best fighter you saw this weekend?
I want to say it on 3. Don't say it right away. You have to all say it on 3.
1, 2, 3. Suns in 4. Suns in 4.
Just didn't say anything.
No, I was going to slow play it.
It couldn't get there. Suns in 4 guy was the best fighter of the weekend.
I had the Suns last night.
Not even close. Yeah, me too.
But the fight, you know what I'm talking about.
Of course.
Those
uppercuts were vicious.
This fucking guy, you know how badass it is to punch somebody's lights out, hold him up, and point at the guy, I'm going to fuck your boy up? That's badass.
Honestly, no. To win from the bottom in the stands, you have such an advantage being on the top.
And the guy tried to sneak on him.
You can basically if you're at the top, a shove can send that guy down a fucking entire section.
I want to get back to Suns in 4. Hey, bud.
How we doing?
Good. How are you?
You look disheveled.
I'm still employed, so that's like I said. As long as we have that, we just got to focus on that and just get through it.
How was he?
It was lovely. No, of course I took a ton of crap. I mean, rightfully so. Dave and Big Cat both. Apparently, Big Cat got in on the action this week and lost too.
Oh,
so.
Yeah. When you put it out like that,
Minsty.
When you put it out like that, they're all gonna do it.
Yeah. So it was it was what it was. But I'm still here. Everybody's got to face the music sometime, and today's that day for me.
I kind of want to take your Dallas Baptist pick because I think
and
the reason why is because no one's going to take
chance.
it. Because no one's going to take it, and Mincy's going to come in tomorrow like, well, I won my college baseball pick, and Dave's going to be like, I don't give a fuck.
No, Dave, we went through all of them. No,
I agree with Big Al.
It's going to win. It's going to win tonight.
This was the full Inquisition. We went through all of them. They really, really hammered me on the LSU thing because I said congrats to Tennessee on making Omaha after I had the LSU pick. And I'm trying to build the game, college baseball stuff, but I can understand why that would piss people off, and they weren't wrong on that. Whatever, man. I was just wrong on everything, and I'm taking a lot of crap.
You think congratulating Tennessee helps to build college baseball? I think you should say, fuck Tennessee. Fuck you. I had LSU plus 275. That's what I would do. Of course, I push a guy in the hall, so maybe don't follow my example.
I don't know. The only thing I should have stood the rundown, I just took crap. I mean, I should have probably you know what? I'm not going to say anything.
You should go back.
No,
What'd you want to say?
I just want to say that, look, I want to say one thing. I feel I was hired to help build us in the South and Southeast. And I feel like the college baseball
But
thing.
Mincy, you are. I gave you that compliment. You are because I would never watch it. But you sucked yesterday, Saturday.
Oh, I sucked all weekend. It's not just a yesterday thing.
No one's saying anything about like you're doing your job bad, but you did do your job bad.
I get what you're saying.
That gambling part of your job bad.
That's fair.
Fuck, man, Minsty. I was having such a good Saturday.
I mean, dude, by yesterday, I don't know how you could have a worse Sunday. Literally, just to lose all the picks, the Arkansas thing with Dave, and then have my alma mater come out, and
you knew they were gonna fucking
yeah, but
choke.
17-2.
Yeah, I mean, they're a garbage team in the postseason. You guys don't know how to win in the postseason. You know that.
I mean,
Why would you bet on Ole
I
Miss?
didn't bet on us. I did not bet on us. I only bet on us when Doug Nikhazy pitched. I took the over.
You guys are not a big time program when it comes to the moments. When it comes to that moment where you can jump to the next level, you guys always shrink away from it.
The super regionals were the worst. We're like 1-8 in the last 20-something years in them.
I don't think Dave took any of your winners either.
No, he didn't. No, he took the series bets, and he took. He literally looked at me on the rundown a second ago and said, "In the history of this company, your Texas Tech series bet is the worst I've ever seen." And I almost thought of another one.
I guess
I thought of a couple other ones. I remember they were
bad.
and then I was about to say, but I was like, I'm just gonna agree with you, and I'm not mentioning
you and
anybody
Rico
else.
You know
probably.
what you should have blamed it on?
Rico's coin flip.
Toledo. The Rico Marshall Rice one this year, where he had Marshall as his lock of the year for like 5 units, and they were like favored by 20 and got shut out.
The Toledo one was worse.
I thought, but you know what? I ain't bringing anybody. That's not fair for me to bring anybody else up. Like, I mean, I was.
You know what I think the worst pick is since I've been here?
He says it's not fair.
The worst pick in the company's history since I've been here is not one of the classic gambling guys. It's fucking Jack Mack.
Yeah, that
Akron.
was tough.
Yeah.
Too.
And when he was when he said, what did he say? There would be stories written about this or movies made about this.
Brandon, my dad wouldn't help me move. I didn't talk about it that much. I made the one who put me on gambling. I made a phone call to my father. I said, "Hey, you got to take this. This is serious."
And
he replaced I believe he placed a larger wager on it than he usually would have.
Okay.
And then I was moving apartments the next week, and he said, "Go fuck yourself. You can figure it out." So I moved without any help.
Actually,
because of
I
that.
think that worked out for your dad. Moving sucks.
Well, yeah, it did, but my dad, he's a good guy. He lives only an hour away. He was going to come help me move, and after that, he certainly did not.
The Marshall pick, though, from Rico, I got 3 calls from Rico. And that's when I started telling everybody as well. That's when it gets bad, too. When you're, start making calls. Because, you could tweet out a pick or whatever.
Oh, he texted me. I do remember. He texted me, that morning. He actually might have texted me, days before that game.
Oh, no, it was definitely days. Yeah, it was days.
By the way, chat, that blink was not for you. I was playing along. That was not. I do not agree with what you're saying. I blinked 3 times.
What did you say?
It's between me and the chat.
No, it's not.
It's what?
Should I answer?
Yeah, answer.
Let's God give him his attention.
What's up, guy? You're on the air.
I want it on record that the Toledo quarterback got hurt. The Bowling Green one was bad, okay? But that motherfucker, Grant Wells, is dead to me forever for throwing 5 picks. Marshall is in the graveyard. The Marshall one is the worst ever. Rice's quarterback was out, and these stupid cowards couldn't even score a point. The Marshall pick is the worst one I've ever given out. I want that on record. I will own that. Worst ever, and Grant Wells is fucking dead to me.
Yeah, it's all about you.
At least there was only one game, Rico. The one that I've got facing was 2 games, and they lost 24-3 combined.
You guys, you deciphering which one was worse? I'll tell you which one's worse. Marshall. Go back to the show. It's a great show.
Appreciate it, Rico.
Love when Rico.
No, you don't have to say goodbye. He's going to get his attention, then he gets out. When he's done talking,
he
gets out.
He's an experienced caller.
Let's get to picks, and then we'll talk some more NHL and NBA playoffs. Guys, I'm gonna let you do the read in a minute. The chance, you guys should talk about the soccer player that passed out, Eriksson, for he wasn't Denmark. Was he Denmark?
I think maybe. I think Denmark.
And so Eriksson, they had to do CPR on the field. What do you want us to say? I mean, I'm not. You want me to break down his cardiac arrest? Do you want me to give you a medical diagnosis? No, it was scary. It was awful. I turned it on right in that moment. I was like, oh shit. But he's okay. He's gonna be all right. So. There we talk about.
As a show, we're glad he's okay.
I have one quick question. Did y'all talk about the Suns sweeping the Nuggets while I was gone?
Not really.
No, we talked about a Sun fan sweeping a Nuggets fan off his feet.
Yep.
Suns in 4. That's what we talked about.
Okay. This Phoenix team, man.
I think the Suns could win the championship.
Did you see the Suns in 4 guy?
I didn't see it.
The fight? You didn't see the fight?
I didn't see the fight. All I heard my roommate squealing like a hyena during the 4th quarter.
So, look, here's Suns in 4 guy, okay? Okay, so they're fighting. All right, they're fighting. right, now watch this guy right here. He's going to try and sneak on him. I'm going to sneak a punch. Well, no him. No. It's over. Ball game. Ball game.
Bang, 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 bang.
Now watch this shit. That's incredible. And
You're not done?
that's one of the greatest fans of all time. That he's in a fight. His adrenaline's going everywhere, and he has the wherewithal to say "Suns in 4."
The security never.
No, he was good. I don't think they. I mean,
No, he didn't. He shouldn't have got kicked out or anything. But that was what a fucking video, man.
And honestly, Jamal Murray, I think his stock just went down.
Yeah, it's
Just
tough.
the fact that they're wearing his jersey.
If you're gonna sucker punch someone, you better make sure you knock them out.
That was an
because that's
earned
fucked
ass
up.
whipping.
Oh yeah, it was.
That was fucked up.
I mean, he tried to sneak one in, tried to sucker punch
That
him.
looked like your guy for a little bit, Ben Bishop's.
Oh, no, he didn't look like Ben
When
Bishop.
his head was down, it looked exactly like him.
Did it?
'Cause
Okay.
He looks
All right.
huge.
Yeah, but the guy that got punched, the guy that got knocked out, when he punches you 4 or 5 times, right? And he's holding you and saying, "I'm gonna fuck your boy up. I'm gonna fuck your boy up." How could you not have just? How could instinct not just make you like draw back and retreat?
The one guy is me. The one guy who like kind of got in the scuffle first,
Yeah.
and he kind of inched
then
away.
let his boy get killed?
And when his boy's getting killed, it's like
He's like,
I'm not gonna do
he's
that.
Like, he's like, he got it.
I'm not getting.
I don't want to be that
punched like
guy.
He'll be fine.
I'd rather be the guy that watched than the guy that's covering his face and he's crying.
And then when it's over, he walks behind him like, "All right, you go out first. You go out
Yeah, and
first."
he's like,
well, the
"Bro,
one guy, he was just covering his face. He didn't want the camera to see that he either was crying or he's leaking blood or
I
something.
had to be leaking blood. Had to be.
I mean, he looked like he just got hit like that second time and he was out of commission. I mean, he must have a vicious right hand.
hold him up and say, "I'm gonna fuck your boy up," and then uppercut him is so sick.
I mean, that was immediately 2 guys in that video. You knew one was about that life, one was not.
One thought he was for a half a
Right.
second.
One considered it, one said, "I'm going to try to be about that life." Did not work out for him. Minsty, hit us with the ad.
NASCAR is taking over Music City this weekend with a return to Nashville Superspeedway for the first time in a decade. Drivers are going to have to learn quick how to handle this track and find their giddy up so they don't get left in the dust. And the Barstool Sportsbook is offering exclusive bets for you to get in on all of the action and win big. Talent and okay, so that's it. A lot to bet on with NASCAR. Stay tuned for our picks later this week. And
He's right.
be sure to tune in to the Ally 400 at Nashville Superspeedway this Sunday, 3:30 p.m. Eastern on the NBC Sports Network.
They write them confusing, don't they? Yeah. They write. They
Hope I'm
don't-
doing a good job faking this positive.
They
energy.
don't put things in italics that you shouldn't read. So, but that's okay. That's all right. Let's do picks. Mintz,
I'm sorry. Before we go, Glenny's. You know what Glenny's TikTok is?
what?
One today he reviews a Playboy magazine.
Oh, they're all back there. I sat back there behind
Yeah, he got a
Enrique
bunch
looking
of
at 1970s Playboy the other day. Titties have come a long way.
Oh,
That's
they sure
all.
have.
That's all Balls likes. He likes partying and boobs. That's it.
I don't like partying, but
And good shirts.
I agree
Wine
with
should be in the shirts.
I agree with titties. So let's do picks. Here we go. Here's a nice positive for you. You are still you're not. You're not. I thought you were still in first.
I thought I'd actually
But
be.
you're still 13 units up.
That
How's
actually-
Rico so good?
He hit.
Hit that
so
parlay.
The parlay. I always thought we didn't win. He did like that plus 600 parlay.
With us doing all the Barstool Sportsbook app parlays and stuff, I think
Oh,
now
it's for the yes. If you put it
Yeah.
on the Barstool Sports,
Yeah.
book,
Because I actually think mine is missing my UFC play that hit.
Okay, well,
That was plus 366.
we got to
Pretty
get that
good.
fixed for Big F.
Pretty good.
Mine's missing nothing. I just fucking suck this month, so there it is what it is. Rico's not here. I'll let you go first. I don't really know how people did on the weekend. Mincy, I'll let you lead off.
Okay, well, I'm sticking to my guns and just going to go down blazing with Dallas Baptist plus 107.
What time
That's
do they play?
1 o'clock Eastern. It's Game 3 against Virginia.
Are you? It's a fucking day game.
It's a day game. And then the Mississippi State Notre Dame's tonight. I got no play on that. I have Notre Dame plus 130 in the series.
Text Dave, tell him to put it in.
Fuck
No, absolutely not. Or maybe you could take Virginia to fade me. All right, Rays, money line with Tyler Glasnow tonight. Detroit plus 125. Minnesota minus 139. They're out in Seattle. Still riding these Athletics. Team total overs almost every night. I got the Clippers by 5 to even this thing up against Utah at Dallas Baptist plus 107. And
They're playing Virginia.
yeah, Dallas Baptist playing
I'm
Virginia.
taking Virginia.
Yeah,
Virginia's
Virginia's got
not
a good
good
closer.
either.
They're both number 3 seeds.
Minty's not good either.
That's true. I actually watched Dallas Baptist Virginia yesterday. I was rooting for Dallas Baptist because it'd be cool, first time ever. Garbage game. It was 0-0 into the 8th.
Yeah, it had over, so it's even better.
Yeah. So you just keep digging it a little deeper.
I'm
don't you?
just gonna take it, dude. There's like whenever it's like this, you almost have to just realize it's so bad that you just have to just get out in front of it, and people respect you for just taking it to the face. Like ducking it just does nothing.
Big Av.
Small card today.
Okay.
Let's get the Brewers. I get the White Sox with Lance Lynn on the mound. Great matchup. Lance Lynn and Glasnow. And I'm on the Jazz catching 5.5.
You're a Clippers hater, I've realized.
I think I was on them for Game 3.
But you said they were dead when they were 2-0, down 2-0.
I didn't say they were dead. I thought they were I did think the Mavs were going to win that series for sure.
I don't think you like the Clippers. It's okay.
I don't think I'm a Clippers hater. I think I've been riding the Suns all year, and I've been proud about the way that's panned out.
What does that have to do with the Clippers?
So are you a Clippers backer?
I'm a Clippers backer.
Okay.
Yeah. I just want to see because I saw them that. I was like,
yeah, no, I don't think I wouldn't say I'm not out here like outwardly like fuck the Clippers.
I'm gonna add one to my card, TJ, when we get there. But Marty Mush, you go.
all right. My picks are. Yep.
He needs the grab. There it is.
I got the Sixers -2, Clippers -5, Cubs. Cubs are hot as shit.
They
right
are.
now.
Cubs are tied right at the top with the Brewers in the Central.
I also, when I see that Jake Arrieta's pitching, I still think it's like 6 years ago.
I do
Jake
that
Arrieta.
with so many pitchers.
The Giants' whole team feels like that.
The Giants have the best record, or one of the best records
Giants
in
are
baseball.
great.
It's unbelievable.
Giants are great. And also the Angels are back, by the way, with like they're back above 500, and with Mike Trout's been out. And I got Nationals, and I got the Rays. Rays are also really fucking hot.
Glasnow pitching too.
Glasnow fucking Lance Lynn tonight's gonna be a good game.
So I've got. I'm gonna add. But
I'm adding Virginia.
I got Sixers -3.5 over the Hawks. I'm gonna add because I agree with Big Ev. I'm gonna add Jazz +5.5 because I agree with his stance there. Clippers Jazz over 223.5. Trae Young under 27.5 tonight. He has went 35, 21, 28. I feel like the Sixers clamp down on this series tonight, and they do it by holding him under 27.5. Montreal Vegas over 5.5 in Game 1, and Royals Tigers under 9.5. I also have a couple of futures bets I'd like to discuss from the Barstool Sportsbook app. I checked it out this morning.
Okay.
For the NBA Finals MVP, if you believe, as I do, that the Nets aren't going to escape either this series or the next one, which if the Bucks don't get them, I think the Sixers will. So if you believe that, which I do, there are some great NBA Finals MVP odds on the sportsbook. Devin Booker to win the NBA Finals MVP right now +600. Joel Embiid +700. If the Nets go out, I think the Sixers are winning the East. If the Sixers win the East, they can win the championship. I think the Suns are going to win the West. So I think that right there, Embiid +700 is worth the squeeze, as is Booker +600. What do you guys think?
First, I want to shout out Devin Booker for breaking pretty much the Kardashian curse.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty strong.
Yeah.
It's like breaking the Madden cover curse on that.
It really is. Like,
strong
he's still going strong, and he's playing well. But the Suns are he's so fucking cool, Booker.
Yeah.
I think you have to go with him.
I don't
feel
think
like
he's ever missed a shot.
I feel like he hasn't gotten enough love in this postseason.
Well, Chris Paul didn't miss a shot yesterday.
I saw a great tweet last night about the closing game in the Lakers series. It was like Devin Booker scored 47 to close out the Lakers, and everyone was talking about how great Chris Paul's leadership was.
Yeah.
But Chris Paul had, 37 yesterday?
He played unbelievable last night. He was awesome.
37 without a three-pointer, which in this day and age in the NBA is shocking.
That's actually insane. I think it's just because Chris Paul is, 36, 37, where it's like
14 of 19 from the field last night from Paul.
Yeah, Chris Paul is making my Chris Paul is historically overrated take look pretty silly.
Mine as well.
Yeah, he is. And I, being a big guy, and just like you, I will acknowledge that when it happens. I've traditionally thought Chris Paul just not a winner and gets more credit than he should. And he has he went to Oklahoma City last year and chipped away at it by getting them to respectable. Yep. And now he goes to Phoenix, and they turn from a young, exciting team into a championship contender.
It really comes back to Brandon. He just couldn't beat Golden State when they were at their peak for the Clippers.
Nobody else could either.
Exactly. They were one of the best teams ever, and he just came up just short to them a bunch was what I guess looking back on it now.
So I don't know. I love that Embiid pick plus 700 because if they were to get to the NBA Finals, I mean it's his show.
Does anybody else have the 6 or 7? Remember we had the boost on the sports book to make them 6 to 1.
Yeah, it was plus 300
and we boosted it 6 to 1.
600. Yeah,
I've got that.
I think I did take it. Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it at 300. I
think I'm just like. I think
still
it's just
riding Nets,
because. Yeah, I'm still riding the Nets to.
Oh no, me too.
championship.
I think the Nets. I still, if you told me to take a team, I'd take the Nets still. But
I don't know why. I think I'm just waiting because of our Philly fans. Like, they always seems like something blows up for them, but I don't know.
Yeah, but we say that, but they did get to enjoy a Super Bowl a couple years ago.
I mean, yeah, I was saying like kind of with just Sixers. Like, I always see Smitty talking shit about the Sixers, and I don't know.
Philly fans just complain a lot about all their teams. They just always complain.
They do.
I feel like that's accurate. I feel like they act like one of the more oppressed fan bases across, and they've been fine. They've had, the Phillies won it 13 years ago. The Eagles won it a couple years ago. I can't remember the last time the Flyers won it, and the Sixers haven't won it since '83. But I think they're fine. It's not that bad to be a Philly fan, right?
No,
I don't think so. I mean, I think they're in that weird spot where it's like they're Northeast, but even on like the Northeast, they're kind of like always third peg. Like, they're not New York, they're not Boston, but they're still like a powerhouse in terms of like a city, like a sports city.
I would say, Atlanta's had it worse than Philly. Cleveland's had it worse than Philly.
Oh, many have definitely
Detroit.
had it worse, for sure. Detroit's had it awful.
Yeah, Detroit's had it real bad. Detroit's
literally, besides the Pistons in the early 2000s.
2004, yeah. Man, Detroit's had it real rough. Although the Tigers had 2 World Series, you don't think about it because they didn't win one, but they had a moment.
Like those
those
Verlander teams were really good. Yeah.
Let's see. What else we got?
They were who always used to beat the Yankees at that time.
I asked for crazy stats Friday, and I wrote down a bunch of them. I might save it for a deader day because we still got U.S. Open this week. John Rahm is the betting favorite, plus 1,000. You got DJ at plus 1,400, Bryson plus 1,400, Brooks Koepka at 1,400. Xander Schauffele at 1,400, which he doesn't really seem like he fits with this group at 1,400.
I mean, he's just the best.
He's
you bet
always
him to top
there.
5. Bet him to top
He's
5 at
literally
3 to 1.
every major. He's always in the leaderboard on like Saturday.
but like DJ, Bryson, Brooks, and Spieth have all proven it. They've gotten one, and Xander hasn't. And he's still right there with them. Patrick Cantlay, Tony Finau, Rory McIlroy at plus 2,000.
What's Phil after that win?
Oh boy, that's a great question.
And he's playing at Torrey Pines.
It's got to be a lot. Got to be pretty good.
We're gonna hear about Poana Grass from Rico for 45 minutes.
Oh fuck, you're right. Oh, Morikawa's at plus 2,200. I assume that's who Rico's gonna pick.
Rico, well, no,
He'll be on the card.
He'll take 14 of them.
California for Schauffele and Morikawa from out there. Maybe I don't know if that.
That's not talked about enough too. Is that that was really bad picks by Rico too when he picked 15 golfers and not the best
in
one.
the Masters.
Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah, when he picked he picked 15 golfers and not DJ.
That's up there for the worst one with Marshall.
And he was let's see, bone to pick. B-Walk said Yadier Molina isn't a Hall of Fame catcher because he doesn't have Hall of Fame stats. Molina's 3rd all time in hits among catchers. Does this discredit Brandon entirely? Probably not. No. I don't think
I would disagree with you that I believe he's a Hall of Famer.
I don't think he's a Hall of Famer.
I mean,
I'm allowed to think
top catchers. You 1,000% think Yadier Molina.
I mean, he's a great catcher. Again,
I think the only one that's really been better in this generation, I would even say he's one before, kind of would probably be Buster Posey. But he hasn't even had the longevity. He just has like bigger power numbers. But yeah, I mean, Yachty's damn good, man.
He's got better stats.
So you think like Maurer is like?
No, I don't know that we have a Hall of Fame catcher right now.
I think Maurer's peak was higher, but the longevity that Yachty's had is like he's still batting like 280, 290 right now.
I think he's always right there, no matter what.
I feel like he's awful. This is gonna make you mad. I don't know. He's the Derek Jeter of catchers. He's just always there, always on a good team. Has won some rings. Doesn't blow you away, but he's not as good as Derek Jeter was.
He doesn't have sexy power numbers. He doesn't have like sexy numbers. Period.
Agreed.
But he has rock solid numbers for a long time.
It's also hard to find a catcher to do what he's ever like. The Yankees haven't had a catcher, and I couldn't tell you when. Posado's
very
the
good
last
catcher.
one.
Very good.
Posada, yeah.
That's the last good one they've had.
I think if you put Yachty in, it's the Hall of Very Good, which they haven't had a problem recently. I mean, Harold Baines went in; he shouldn't have. So, he'll probably go in.
Good longevity.
Well, because I think what's going to happen is you're going to look at his, like Marty said with the hits, you're going to look at his numbers, or the guy in the chat said, I mean, You're gonna look at his numbers all the time. You're gonna be like, oh, he's top 5 in catchers in
Somebody said he's
in
third,
every category.
He's third all time in hits. Okay, well, he'll probably get in.
I think amongst
could be wrong.
amongst catchers, he's gonna be at the top of a lot of them, or close to the top.
So incredibly wrong. Wow, no picks today. Well, show up earlier, you dumb cunt.
We
already did
we
picks.
spent 5 minutes.
You ugly fuck.
Balls is down bad, by the way.
Everybody who went on that trip is walking in here like you guys went to Vietnam last week.
We did.
Balls can't move his neck. Says he didn't sleep last night. Every time he turns to talk to somebody, he goes like this.
We would shoot from either from 7 to 7 or from 9 to 7 every day.
When's it come out?
Gold gloves don't matter.
End of June.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are. I hear it's going to be interesting for our boy Dana. He's king of blowjobs, you know.
Yeah, he just
going and coming.
Again, I had the coolest moment I've ever had in my life.
I've heard a lot of things.
I've heard too. All right.
Spider.
I've heard a lot of things.
Spider, respect to her.
Spiders are a nut job.
The Yak is up next. This is Pick Central.